is the Allstate Halftime.
Welcome to the Allstate Halftime. Eerily similar to the first game in terms of statistical dominance at the half. Seattle, 12 first downs to just 3 for the Niners. The Niners as many punts now in January as they had the entire month of December already, too. Ryan Clark, Jason Kelsey, Scott Van Pelt here at our Hudson Street Studios in New York. All of that said, fellas, it's just a 7-point advantage. We'll get to that in a moment, but the Seattle defense we talked a lot about, Ryan, they've really showed out. What's impressed most?
They've lived up to the billing. The way that this team is flying around, continuing to put pressure on Brock Purdy, but also the way that they've tackled on the back end. They're making absolutely everything difficult for the San Francisco 49ers offense, whether it's sticky coverage, tough rush, or great tackling. It's hard to produce yardage, and they've been dominated everywhere but on the scoreboard. And so if you're San Francisco and Brock Purdy, I think putting the football in CMC's hands early and then getting the play action pass is what you have to do, because right now they're in attack mode in Seattle.
Absolutely. Seattle's playing well on both sides of the ball. I mean, offensively, they're having their way as well. They're just not getting in the end zone. They're not getting the points that, you know, what you want at the end of the day. But they're running the ball really well. Charbonnet and Walker are feasting. They got over 115 yards combined. They really don't have an answer. We knew this was San Fran's weakness on defense coming into it, but you know, Seattle's taking full advantage of it. Charbonnet, this change of pace right here. The little hezzy to get into the end zone. Heck of a play right there. And then obviously Walker's been having a great day as well. Makes a big play here. But they're not getting the points, and that's what really comes down to it at the end of the day, right? Good job by San Fran to bow up multiple times.
I'm about to say, if you're San Francisco, you're thanking your red zone defense. You get a turnover on downs on the first drive of this football game, and then you force them into a field goal attempt, and they miss that field goal. So now, defensively, you understand what you're facing. You need help on this first drive from the San Francisco offense and Brock Purdy.
Seattle's decision to run it on 1st and goal from the 1 and a sack taken, and ultimately they went for it on 4th down because teams hate points. That's kind of the sort of everybody's running joke. Look, you love it when it works and you don't when it does not. But the fact, fellas, that San Francisco is still one big opening drive away from potentially evening this up. What's kind of the respective mood in locker rooms when the margin's still this narrow?
That is the conversation. The conversation is about the good things you were able to do. The ability to get a stop in the red zone, getting your team the football and scoring a field goal late in that half. You're going to talk about the momentum you have been able to build, but there are also going to be some conversations about execution in run game on both sides of the football.
Yeah, they're going to be hard at work this halftime. Working on, okay, what's been going wrong? Why haven't we been able to make plays? And they get the ball coming out of half, so they have an opportunity to tie it up right away.
I will say this. I didn't expect to see such a discrepancy between the abilities of the defense. The way that Seattle looks and the way that they're running to the ball, the effort that they're playing with, the physicality, as opposed to the San Francisco 49ers. It's extremely evident that these two teams are different. Can one of the quarterbacks be the huge difference in this game?
I was going to drop the word, but I've forgotten it. What do they have?
Monogators.
They have monogators. A
lot of them.
Everywhere.
Lots of them, and they arrive with violence on that Seattle side of the ball on defense. As for our first game, home team had to win and did. Baker and the Bucs live to at least watch football for another day to see if they'll have the opportunity to play next weekend in the wild card. Those highlights in the web.
You're watching the Allstate Halftime. Allstate, you're in good hands. Welcome back to the Allstate Halftime.
An incredible performance. Are you not entertained? Unbelievable. There will be a new champion.
Down to 4. It's Miami and Ole Miss on Thursday. Then in Atlanta Friday. We'll be there live on site. It's Oregon and Indiana with a rematch of the game that IU won earlier this year in Austin. Earlier today, on its home field, Tampa Bay hangs on, but we had questions, fellas, about what Bryce Young might show us. Ryan, he showed plenty.
Bryce Young answered all the questions. Late in this game, they needed a big throw on 4th and 8. He hits the rookie Teteroa McMillan.
And then it's Young to Jalen Coker, and a 16-7 game thanks to a blocked field goal that Tampa could have used to extend the lead a bit further. That's an
NFL throw, though.
And
that's an NFL throw.
Heck of a catch on a rainy day as well. However, 3rd and 4, and this is play action. Baker Mayfield to the Cade Otton essentially put this to bed. A great punt, and then the Panthers says pitchy woo-woo, it didn't work. And now Tampa Bay wonders, are we going to go? They become gigantic New Orleans Saints fans. Baker said, I'm not a Saints fan, but I am tomorrow. Perhaps it would be poetic for Carolina to lose and still make it to the playoffs, given the way the NFC South's gone. Saints have won 4 in a row. RC, you give them a shot on the road?
Yeah, I do give them a shot. We have to remember the Saints have won 4 in a row. They've also beaten the Carolina Panthers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And now they go to Atlanta with a chance to ruin their opportunities for a 3-way tie atop the NFC South. But this tells you that it's important to handle your own business. Yeah. Tampa Bay Buccaneers were sitting at 6-2 in sole control of this division, and look where they are now, waiting on something to happen.
But that Atlanta team ceiling's pretty high, as we saw Monday.
Yeah, I mean, they're playing great. Both of these teams have really been playing really good at the end of the season, right? They've both been winning a bunch of games, and offensively with Kirk Cousins, Atlanta's come on strong. And then they still got Bijan Robinson. He's
frankly, those are the 2 teams that are playing better at the end of the season than either of the 2 teams we saw today. Tampa is in if New Orleans wins. Otherwise, it will be Carolina. For more that's coming on Sunday along with that game, here's Adam Schefter.
All right, Scott, tomorrow on Sunday NFL Countdown, before the Ravens-Steelers take-all matchup, we'll have the latest on the injuries to both T.J. Watt and Lamar Jackson. Plus, we'll go one-on-one with Trevor Lawrence as he and the Jaguars look to quiet the doubters. And, of course, we'll have the latest information on all the coaches, whether they're safe or out. Tomorrow, Sunday NFL Countdown, 10 a.m. Eastern.
Look forward to that, Adam. Seattle didn't hand it to Charbonnet from the 1. Didn't get any points here. The lone touchdown of the first half. San Francisco trails by 7. They'll get the ball out of the locker room. We'll see you when it's done. Enjoy.
Thank you for watching the Allstate Halftime.